And now the exciting conclusion to this week's episode of Podcast Right Now, brought to you by Fuel Nibblers.
All right. Let me ask you guys this question just for fun. Anyone listening?
Oh, hey, real quick, don't worry. It didn't record while I was gone.
Really?
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Not true at all.
Psych, nah, you just got April Reels.
Oh, April Reels.
That's not what April Reels.
That's April Fool.
You were thinking about it the whole
That's the
time you
whole
were
thing.
gone, I bet.
No, I thought of
All
that
right.
right now,
God damn,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Very clever,
Good
very
work, good
clever,
work.
very clever, very clever,
some
very clever,
I
very
feel
clever,
like this
very clever,
podcast
very
should
clever,
be
very clever.
B-side.
Maybe it will be.
Joe just said this podcast should be a B-side, like special edition, pay to listen,
No.
you know, something in the
There are
background.
no B-sides.
Did
No,
you just Rain Man us? Very clever. Very clever.
No, he did something else. It was like a
It was a total
full-on meltdown or something. Yeah.
Tim and Eric. I like
Yeah,
that.
you continue saying that while you stand up and then like pull your own eyes from your skull and blood sprays out all over Joe's table and the empty beer cans. Very clever. Very clever. Very clever. He just rips his own eyes out of it.
I turn into some kind of monster. I just fly above the house.
Or like when Ash like starts to fuck up at the end of Alien. You remember that? Like
Yeah.
in Alien, he's like bumping into the wall. He looks real stupid. Like it's like, oh jeez, is he gonna have a seizure on
Burst
film?
right out.
Lord, yeah.
Toxic Avenger. You guys remember that
Oh,
movie?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know what that has to do with it,
Trauma.
but anyway.
Is that our next
Do
topic
wrestling.
then, or-
Talk about wrestling.
I had something else before that.
Say
but
it.
what were
Do
we
it.
talking about?
Existential
We were-
shit.
And
If you were
the
born
internet
again
and
as
all
a
that shit.
what was it? Internet and I
it's
wasn't
heroes
here.
and
I'm trying to
internet
help
shit.
you. I wasn't here.
Yeah, and now you came back and fucked us up.
I fucked
All
it all
right.
up. Sorry everybody, I'm
Yeah,
back.
alright.
Go buy
Now-
another pack of beer. and leave
Now
us
you
alone.
got to hear about Kevin Nash for 30 minutes. So here we go.
He wasn't
Let's
even
jump
a part
right
of
into it.
this.
No one knows or cares.
Well,
Wrestling.
because you didn't come.
I know. I'm gonna be aggressive. I have a bunch of beers in me, so there is gonna be at
John.
least 3 moments when I jump out in this wrestling
John.
conversation just to be a trouble causer. All right,
I'm gonna
that's the
try to
only.
make it quick.
Why don't
Alright.
you eat these seeds brought to us by FuelNibblers.com? Eat
Fuel
some of-
Nibblers?
Eat the
Hold
seed.
on. Did you say this came from FuelNibblers.com?
I did. Take the seed in your mouth.
This is a product sold at a gas station. How did you get this online?
Well, I ordered it. FuelNibblers.com.
Well, now I feel like it's poison. You were laughing the entire time you explained the answer. I'll be leaving. And scene. That was a skit we just did. All right.
Oh man.
So what happened at WrestleMania?
It was a long show.
It was a long
Yeah,
show.
it was really long.
I know one thing that happened. I'll get us started, guys.
No. Go in sequential order.
Yeah.
Were you going to start with the biggest thing that happened?
Just got shut down. Carl, go ahead.
Okay.
Starting in sequential order? I
Can I just talk about the one thing I know happened? I'm not a wrestling guy.
Why don't you just wait until they get to
No.
I know he's going to
No.
get to it.
Let's
go
start.
ahead.
Let's let John
We
have
can
Go
it.
ahead.
lead with that because it's
the lead.
It's really
the
important.
lead. That's why it's
Yeah.
the lead. Go ahead.
Guys, John Cena is about to no longer be a bachelor. All right?
God damn it.
I thought you were gonna say
He's off the market. John Cena is off the market. Sometimes it's hard to see him, but now you can say that he's off the market. What do they say at the beginning of John Cena's song that Joe's humming right now?
Sisea.
Yuck, yuck. Is that Spanish or something?
I don't know.
It sounds like a bunch of nonsense. Yeah.
Okay.
His
I thought it
theme
was
song is
Spanish
actually-
for something.
No,
Like,
his
can't
theme
see
song-
me. Or
There's
If it is,
actually
I don't know if they
there's
said-
actually
I don't-
two theme songs or two rap songs that song's been sampled from. So you can find that on the internet where you pick apart the songs that has been sampled from.
So John Cena got proposed to
By Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella.
They won their match against Maurice and The Miz.
Bunch of J
All right,
runs.
and then I'll just ask
Well,
you to keep
you wanna
going because
talk
that's
about that match. What did you think about that match, Joe?
It was a match. It was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing special about the match. The fruit was in the ending. Nothing special about the match.
Yeah. Well, and that it was an intergender match.
I actually thought that Miz
Oh, yeah.
should have won, and then
no. Is that intergender, right? Yeah. I noticed that when I read
Maurice and the Miz.
Yeah, when I read the thing.
Morris the dude wife.
Also known as Morris the dude wife.
What, does this happen? Couples night? Does this happen often or?
Not often. Not often.
Not frequently.
Well, that's what I mean. That's
if you're internet savvy, you can see Maurice's vagina.
But hold on, I'm being serious. For the listeners,
I'm being serious too. You can see Maurice's.
So what the way that it works is when someone tags out, the opposite sex has to get in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't do guys on girls.
No,
okay.
Which is distracting because it's always right there.
Each tag is essentially a double tag.
It would be cool.
You don't know if they're gonna.
But like I'm not a wrestling guy, and all I've ever seen of any wrestling event is, all right, we're going to do some guys, we'll throw some girls. Girls are going to fight each other for a little while, then we'll go back to the main event, guys, right? Like, so when I saw that, it's something did like flag, like, wait a minute, they were, or you told me is what it was, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not,
maybe you saw it.
No, I didn't.
Because I don't think I told you about it.
No, you told me because I messaged you on like Messenger or whatever. I was just hey, I know Cena like got married or something because I saw that on, or not got married, but proposed to Belichick or whoever the shit.
Nikki Belichick.
Yeah.
So yeah, the match was what it was. I give it a C. The match itself.
Yeah, it was fine. I think maybe Maurice should have pinned Nikki, and then Cena should have proposed to her. Something should have happened where I think the losing team should have gone over.
Yeah. I think Miz there's way more stock in Miz for the future.
Right. Yeah. Cena's leaving for a long time.
Yeah.
And Nikki may be retiring, so would have made more sense for. But
on that one, like
Cena's got a lucrative acting career. In his future.
And bigger picture wise, I think I would have to give it an A. Like as far as the network and like, there's a lot of people that watch that Total Divas show.
I'm a big fan of the Divas.
John's a big fan of Total Divas.
Mostly because of Paige and Sasha Banks.
Oh, you love it. You love that Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I'm a total pervert, and I think I'm watching it for the same reason that all other wrestling fans are watching it. It's like maybe I can see a labia come out if I watch closely. I'm wrong?
No, well, it's not seeing the labia. It's seeing some of the nicely toned hamstring and glutes and lower back area for sure.
It's different for some people.
There is a deleted scene where Sasha Banks goes down on Paige for half hour.
No, there isn't. God damn it!
Don't say that. You don't say that.
You have to watch it.
Fuel nibbler over here.
That's the kind of thing that would get Vince to come after you.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that shit.
There's a cruiserweight match.
I want to say something about John Cena.
Go ahead.
That's not the right order at all. Okay.
Well, I was jumping back to the beginning.
Okay.
Everyone just calm down. Can we do that?
Stop jacking off, Joe.
Yeah.
This one's going long, folks.
Come on.
Yeah. So I just want to say, I think I heard Stone Cold say this on his podcast earlier, that I think that was a real feel-good moment. Professional wrestling, to me, is a lot about imagination. At this point in time, it feels like they're catering so much to our age group or whatever, and it's a lot more about, like, I don't know, it's like meta, I guess the kids say, where it's you have a relationship with the writers and the storylines and kind of the characters, but not, when you were 10, it was different. So I think that was a pretty cool thing, just outside the box, way to sell seats. My girlfriend doesn't care about wrestling, and when I was, she asked what's happening at WrestleMania, I told her about John Cena, and she was like, yeah, I saw that they were going to get engaged before it even happened. So it's widening an audience. I feel like good move business-wise, good point in the show. I didn't like how they finished the match by, like, doing she did his move at the same time. Like, it was this weird, if you're leaning into a marriage proposal, like, I realize it's a little bit tough, like, how do you do that organically out of a wrestling match? But yeah. I mean,
that makes a lot of sense what you just said.
Yeah. But
when you're booking it, you have to think that what he just said.
But at the very least, I thought it was a little bit weird that they did two of his moves versus one of her moves and one of his moves. Yeah. In this, Dave Chappelle is a homophobe world we live in. I thought that was a little bit I don't know, stuck out to me as a choice, I guess.
If we compare it to prior wrestling proposals, it was definitely not as aggressive as Macho Man's proposal.
No, not at all.
What did he do? Just threaten her or whatever?
Well, I mean, he just proposed in the Macho Man voice, so he says,
That's
Elizabeth! So it's like, yeah, I guess I have to marry you.
Oh, yeah. She was like, we've been together a long time, but I'm not sure if you're prepared for something like this. And he said, Bonesaw is ready. That's a Spider-Man reference. Sam Raimi. Keep going.
That's like 15 years old now.
I know. This is an old man's podcast.
I feel like that's our principal or something.
Keep going.
Keep going with the wrestling bullshit.
That's
so the
2 days detention.
The whole goddamn thing, which was long. It was very long. It opened with a cruiserweight match that was great.
Yeah.
This is the pre-show. So this is before the official
the official
Ultimate Thrill Ride starts.
Well, we were already in the line.
Well, we were strapped in.
We already had been measured to make sure we were available to be on the Ultimate Thrill Ride.
Yes. We were first in line.
Yeah.
So it was Neville and Austin Aries, which they set up in a great way, where Austin Aries had his eye socket broken.
That wasn't a setup.
But it led into because he was out, and then he was an announcer for a long time for 205 Live, and then he was announcing on Raw for a while there, and then all of that came to an end when he had an interview with the self-proclaimed king of the cruiserweights, Neville, in which he attacked Neville, which was very satisfying to see, and then it was a good match. Neville won.
It's still definitely, even on the pre-show, one of the best on the card, I think.
Yeah. Could have gone ahead of a lot, even unfortunately some of the title matches. Some of the higher ranked title matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I said A, a solid A.
Yeah. Right.
The Battle Royal, we'll just skip to the end.
Don't you say Royale? I say Royale.
You can.
You should.
No.
The Battle Royale.
This thing was a mess.
Battle Royal.
The Giant Battle Royale.
This thing was a mess.
It's like saying the final of the plays, the finale. Finale. Royale. Just say Royale. Carl, real quick, your favorite wrestler of all time. Favorite wrestler, all time. Go.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
TV's Joe Gazzaro. What do you got? Favorite wrestler? Man, Grease, not a lot of clothes. What's your favorite one?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah. Kevin, what you got?
I can only name one.
Only one. You got to pick your favorite wrestler. It shouldn't be hard at all. It should be hard.
It's a tough question. Yeah, it's definitely.
No, it's an easy question. Just answer.
Probably Scott Hall.
All right.
Yeah.
Carl, what's mine? Bray Wyatt. Is that how I say it? Wyatt Bray. What is it?
Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, creepy man.
Yeah.
Him or John Cena or Randy Orton. I'm allowed to name 3.
You chose 3.
I know.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about my second and third favorite.
All right, go ahead.
Well, 2 or 3 is Chris Jericho, which is probably shared by a lot of people, and 2 or 3 feels a little dirty to say. I really liked watching Chris Benoit.
That's
he was an awesome wrestler.
He went on to do some mean things to his family. But,
Oh shit!
Terrible.
He would
tell me the story. I don't know. I don't know about.
You don't know what
John's
happened?
never heard this story.
I don't know the Benoit Ball story.
Yeah, we should. I mean, do you think Baker's heard this story?
Who gives a shit? Tell me the story.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
tell me the
I
story.
think people out there want to hear the story of Chris Benoit.
Yeah, especially if they're not wrestling fans and they don't know anything about it. I'm sure most people know the story. But
I don't think most people know.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story of Benoit.
Can we get a theme song?
Theme song, right?
The Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Oh, Benoit, what have you done? What have you done? All right, go.
And you don't know?
No, I don't know at all. I'm just none of it sounds good.
You just talked about Crispin Wall?
Yeah, I want the story.
I'm just confused as to how you don't know about this.
Yeah, how do you not know? Like, it was on CNN.
Well,
and shit. Like,
well, you know,
I
I
watch CNN every day. I'm Carl.
Yeah.
Well, also,
the aforementioned Kevin Nash was
right.
accosted by some idiot talking head.
All right, maybe it's one of those situations where you start telling it to me, and then
It's
that whole thing.
It's a wrestler who
We could
murdered
fucking
his wife
get
and
to it.
son.
What if it isn't?
We could just.
What if it isn't, and we don't just talk about it for like 20 more minutes before we get into it, and then we find out that
we
you
know
don't
that,
know what
no,
we're...
then we know that my GED is a bunch of bullshit, and everyone's pissed off.
Well, okay. I'll give you the spoiler alert, and then.
No, let's do 20 questions about it. What do you think he did?
All right. Well, it sounds like Joe already said he murdered his family.
So you got it. That's it. One
that
question
narrows it down to a pretty
Did he use a knife or a gun though?
It's not that kind of thing.
Nope.
Yeah. Let's just.
He burnt them alive in their house.
That's the only other.
I'm just spitballing here. Just throwing stuff against the wall, man.
No, he didn't.
He's just
Dynamite
brainstorming.
Carl has he'll give us some
think about what he
backstory.
did for a living.
No,
One more time, the theme
you
song.
can tell it. Good.
Okay. One more time, the theme song.
God damn.
Benoit, what have you done? All right, now tell it. No one will tell it to me? All right, I'm alone in the room now. No, Carl's going to tell
I'm
it.
just going to have to go.
All right.
Dude, hold on, real quick.
I don't even want to say it.
Real quick.
It makes my heart.
Our guest, David, do you know about this whole story?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Everyone knows about this.
But David lives with Carl. So.
It makes me want to crawl into a hole and die. This story.
Well, do we have to even tell it? Is it that dark?
Okay. Yeah.
It's very dark.
It's
so
very
most people
dark.
probably
All
already
right,
know.
What he did.
First of all,
I'll tell the story.
All right,
But he was good.
Joe's
It
gonna
sucks.
tell the story. Do it in like a short amount of time so we can move on.
Okay, so Chris Benoit was a wrestler from the 80s to the mid 2000s.
Okay.
Great wrestler, like one of the tops.
Okay.
Like you would induct him immediately into the Hall of Fame. But there was a situation that happened where there was a pay-per-view happening on a Sunday night, and he texted some people and said, "Hey, I can't make it. Let the dogs out." They're like, "What? He always makes pay-per-views. What's going on there?"
He was going to win the ECW World.
He was going to win the ECW World Championship at that point. So we didn't make it to the pay-per-view.
You can't just do that too, like just not come to your pay-per-view.
That's not a thing
Okay.
people really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Go on.
You can miss a date.
It's happened
It's
for
happened.
something like that before, but it's pretty big.
It would be an extreme circumstance. So they go on to find out Monday on Raw's War that he is dead and his wife and child are dead. And so they go through and have all the wrestlers eulogize him and be like, "Wow, I can't believe this happened. We're so sorry for you and your family. Chris Benoit, we love you." And then it comes out that Chris Benoit...
Real quick, was it Crispin Wall?
Chris.
No, Chris.
Benoit, not Chris Benoit.
Benoit.
Sorry. Sorry.
He's actually gone through and murdered his wife and then spent, after the fact, a day thinking about it and then murdered his young son.
Oh no!
And
How
then-
old was
and-
his son?
Uh,
Why do I
7?
ask that? Why would I even ask
It's like
that?
8.
Yeah, 7 or
Yeah.
8. 7 or 8.
He had
And then
Yeah,
also,
medical
then
issues,
killed
too.
himself. And then that's when the text messages were sent that let the dogs out to certain people so that the dogs would be let out. So he killed his wife in a fit of some sort of unspoken, and they've autopsied him and determined that he had the brain mentality as a 40-something-year-old man of an 80-year-old with terrible Alzheimer's due to all the headshots.
Head
to-
trauma.
one of his finishers
Yeah.
was a diving headbutt from the top rope.
Yeah, and
Really?
that was
Oh,
one of his
God.
finishers, but that's
Yeah.
also back in the day when they took unprotected.
Oh yeah,
shots
they
to the
took
head.
they
like
took
crazy.
chair shots. They took and everything was a little rougher, a little more hard style, as they call it in Japan now.
No, I mean,
Well, the resolution back then was so much lower that you had to really capitalize on all your moves. Realistically, you really
Yeah.
had to go hard back then. Not because they didn't know the resolution was low when it moving.
Right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
But yeah,
building to something.
Yeah. So he killed his wife. He waited a day. Is that what you said? What did you say? a good amount
while.
of a gross amount of
He's
time.
hanging out over a weekend thinking about it. And what
then
do I do now?
Offs his kid.
Like one of the, you guys have had the dream where you've killed someone. Yeah. I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
So,
it's a daydream.
So yeah.
I had a dream where I was Batman.
So that's kind of the way I imagine it is he's having that dream, but he actually did it to his wife. He's just hanging out over the weekend. Her body's in the other room. I did this.
Yeah. Hung himself with the Bowflex is what the...
Yeah, that's what...
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Real quick.
That's what he wanted to do instead of WrestleMania.
You said he hung himself with a Bowflex?
Yeah. By the way, John Egbert has been eating some kernels from the sunflower seeds, which have been brought to you
Gas
by...
Nibblers.
Fuel Nibblers.
Come on, man.
Gas Nibblers.
Petrol treats bringing us.
Oh god.
Sorry. No.
Here's just a couple fun facts though. I think realistically there have been some football players who had the same thing. Same basic syndrome where you take repeated shots to the head, you end up, just people have killed themselves and then later found evidence of this or whatever.
Has to be related.
Former NFL players have killed themselves. I think Chris Benoit, when it's all said and done, maybe will do more for that whole concussion and sports conversation than any football player ever did.
Right. He's already done a lot. I mean, that kind of stuff's already done a lot for the wrestling industry. Like, WWE has a really great program. If people were ever employed by them, like, and they have mental issues and stuff like that,
not just like
they're covered.
Not just physical issues, like addiction issues. That's part of like Chris Benoit / Eddie Guerrero.
But Scott Hall had.
Yeah.
He had issues with he killed a man who.
That was way before.
Drew a gun on him, but that's part of. I watched that documentary recently. That's on the network now.
Yeah.
That's part of why he drank so much. Was because he hated himself for that.
They put stuff like that on the WWE network?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was just
WWE network, it's great.
I thought it was just all matches. I didn't know it was like inside the wrestler studio.
It's all of the matches.
Sometimes it is.
And then there's some great stuff. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not just like that, where you're hearing about their lives and stuff. There's also the Monday Night War, which is a great show that's different perspectives on the Monday Night War when it was Raw versus Nitro.
That really like makes me hate you guys even more.
Because you're
you're not just watching wrestling. You're watching.
We're invested in these.
You're out of your element.
I know. Yeah. I just think wrestling's dumb. Everyone. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
My overall point is people shouldn't think that.
I know, but like,
hey man,
it's like
you're investing yourselves.
It's like
man,
if you like
is
The
love
Walking
dumb?
Dead.
Is magic dumb?
Yeah, all of those things are dumb.
All those things are definitely dumb.
Is a sunset?
How is it that dumb?
Sunset you can't challenge. That's not dumb.
Okay.
That's just a thing.
Okay.
It's the earth in the sun. I mean, that's like a thing.
Is a sunrise in the morning?
Sunrise is dumb. You got to get up early. That's dumb.
Well, you get a cup of coffee that's just the right temperature as soon as you brew it, and you mix it with a little bit of cream or milk or whatever you like to use. It's right there at the drinking temperature you like.
Do all wrestling fans drink coffee when they watch wrestling?
Yeah,
is that a thing?
Yeah, man. That's why you hear about wrestling.
No, I know.
cafes.
No, everyone has their thing. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I think wrestling's dumb. I do. It's fine. It's
Well,
I think comics are dumb too, but I'm into that shit. Video
but,
games are
like,
video games.
Everyone likes something dumb and lame.
You're right. You're right.
I'm talking about comics.
People will say shit like, "Well, they're pretending to be, real fighters."
I know it's past that. I'm way past that.
To be real fighters.
I don't go to the theater and stand up in the middle of it and say,
"They filmed this. They're pretending." Yeah.
You're not really Hamilton.
There's no Power Rangers here.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a movie.
All right, you're absolutely right, but it's the idea of selling out arenas and a bunch of people going and seeing it live or something, you know?
It's like
it's
Shakespeare.
It's the greatest theater we have.
It is. It really is, and people don't understand. Like people snub their fucking nose at it and hate it. It's
Careful.
silly.
Yeah.
They do.
No, we're challenging you, theater lovers.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
Are you ever gonna see Lin-Manuel Miranda take a top rope bump?
It's not the
No,
unlikeliest person though. If you seriously put together a list of 100 people you think are more likely to take a top rope bump than that Miranda guy, he's right there. He knows all the same gay people. He's got tights. Why is it not? I mean, who do you think you're going to see? Jason Statham?
Take a top rope bump?
Yeah, before that guy.
I think Statham would take a top rope bump.
What's
He
a
might,
top rope bump? What
so
is
you
that?
Go off the top rope on the...
Just jump on someone?
A bump is when
you
you're on the receiving end of something.
You're up on the
you
ropes
hit the ground.
and someone
Or
bumps
someone
you.
suplexes you.
Yeah,
into the
someone
ring.
suplexes you.
Or if you try to do
and you smack that mat.
here's an example. That Stephen Amell guy, the Green Arrow, had a match.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
The Green Arrow. Yeah, it was WrestleMania.
He looked a lot sexier on TV. Joe?
But he did great too.
Yeah, he was
he was
one of the better celebrities. Like they had Lawrence Taylor back in the day, who was a professional football player for the people who never know this Lawrence Taylor guy. He had a match, and then you're like, hey, you're supposed to learn how to wrestle, and he did, and then he was in the main event of WrestleMania 11. So
they didn't make Karl Malone or Dennis Rodman learn how to wrestle.
Well, they trained. I mean,
I understand athleticism.
Not as much as they did.
I understand a pro athlete. I get that, but
12. What is that?
It's only in wrestling compared to football, basketball, baseball, high. You pick your sport that they write it all out. It's all planned out. Like so, we're watching Shakespeare, a play, sure. But
if people don't deliver it properly, the crowd doesn't get behind them, and they fucking suck, and they get thrown off the damn roster. People have to be. Look at The Rock. Look at where The Rock and Cena are now, and that all started from wrestling career. I mean,
Have you looked at The Rock, John?
Second, third generation wrestler.
Yeah, The Rock went ahead and found himself a real career. He got that Mooney money, man. He's not jumping around on TNT anymore or whatever like they used to or whatever.
Very in a comfortable retiring spot. Was The Rock at the end of the wrestling career?
Is that true?
Oh yeah. He could have.
He had at least $10,000. $12,000, $13,000 in the bank.
14.5.
Yeah, he's good.
To us, he had at least $10,000.
That's pussy on the reg. That's beers on the reg. That's partying on the reg. Yeah, that's rich. It's $500 a day, man. Like, the fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget. I don't know. So would it be, beneath you if, say, we have this podcast, 20,000 people are listening. Tomorrow, we want to do a bit where...
20,000 people?
Yeah, I'm saying imagine.
Imagine.
It's for fun.
I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
It's for fun.
John Lennon's
it's a webcast. You'll have to blow me.
Yeah, I say, we're planning out our show. What's our gimmick? We got nothing. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to make fun of you for your, like, religious beliefs or where you were born or because you have, like, a speech impediment. And then you punch me and we just start beating the shit out of each other and we really hurt each other. But it was all staged. It was all figured out beforehand.
Yeah.
That would still be cool.
That's a side gag.
I would watch that. Yeah. I would watch that.
So
I see what you're saying. That's a good argument. It's a good
what
argument.
you got in wrestling.
Yeah.
And
then you got,
it's funny.
They just retired The Undertaker. We're going to at least say that because that's what I thought you were going to say when you mentioned that Cena got engaged earlier.
No, I'm way more of a romantic. I don't care about The Undertaker. I always thought he was a piece of shit, man. He looks like a big old pile of shit every time he walks out there.
Calloway is a good man.
He is probably a good man.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for to sound real gay. But he seemed like he was tearing up towards the end of that. And anyone who can just look at his career, or mostly anything, but especially his career, and just have that like spot in his heart for it, that's probably a good guy. That's not a total piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And like, yeah, think about that gimmick too. Like if you were given, like if most people were given that, like you're gonna be the Undertaker, like people would be like, that's fucking stupid. We're going into the 90s and ugh.
I mean, he beat Hogan like within the first couple matches.
Yeah.
So he was already a champion.
Yeah.
Off the bat,
But
they
he
kept
owned
pushing
that
him.
shit.
Yeah, and they kept pushing him too.
Yeah.
So it was a combination.
Did Hogan ever recover from all of his hotel room debacle?
Not yet, but I've heard that's coming.
He brought down a website with his lawsuit
Gawker.
or whatever. Yeah. But
And
like,
fuck Gawker,
but like all the racist comments or whatever. Did he ever like recovers? Did he ever show up on any wrestling thing
Not
ever
yet.
since
Not
then?
really.
Okay.
No, he
But
hasn't been on
I
any
think it'll
wrestling
happen,
programs.
though.
Yeah. I think.
And all the white people in the crowd will just be like, "Yeah, Hogan's back." I'm just being a dick now. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I never understood Hogan's appeal.
Anyway, just from the start.
Before he joined the NWO, I thought that whole turn was really cool. But other than that,
new.
Yeah,
World
Hollywood Hogan and
order.
all that.
Okay, when he had a like painted on, cool dyed beard and stuff.
Hogan
Yeah,
fan is what you're saying.
I was never a Hogan fan, but more what I'm saying is I can't imagine a black kid ever being a Hogan fan.
Until the NWO.
Yeah.
or a wrestling fan.
No,
That's
they
bullshit.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I'm not in touch with. I guess I'm thinking of like high school aged African Americans.
Well, nowadays maybe.
I don't know.
I've
known some that are in.
Well, because I know Booker T's awesome and like what I mean. I just feel like there's not a lot of. You got the New Day, right? The New World Order. What are they?
The New Day.
That's
They
what they're
don't
called.
have to see black people though. I think black teenagers.
Just
Hang on,
into
if
white
you're
dudes
listening,
beating each other up.
if you're listening, black teenagers are into wrestling because they have good taste and wrestling is cool.
Where do you weigh in on the Chinese?
I mean, the black teenagers
teenager.
that are into
The
it.
Chinks?
What? Now, hold on. I'm gonna check an app real quick. Yep, no, you can't say that. But like the Chinese youth, are they into wrestling? Are there?
They're more
trying
into
to grow,
anime.
They're trying to grow that market. They've signed a bunch of guys to NXT. They're trying to grow that market.
NXT.
Yeah, to give you a serious answer, they're definitely trying to grow that.
Yeah.
market.
Oh, they do have Shinsuke Nakamura. Is that his name?
He's
Nakamura.
Japanese,
Nakamura.
not Chinese.
He's Japanese.
Natsumura.
What's the difference?
They wrestle strong style.
Are we?
The Chinese, who's ever heard of a Chinese professional wrestler? Right?
That's what I'm asking.
Really?
Yeah.
No one.
Because if I was a Chinese wrestler and you asked me, hey, do you want to sit down for WrestleMania? Would you like to watch some more of this WrestleMania? I would say.
That's it. No.
I'd say no.
To give you the real answer,
Not Kimura. Not any.
Wrestling is still super.
That's not. It was a
Yeah,
stretch.
wow.
It was a
Wrestling
reach.
is-
Sorry.
We should have done an
A
Indian
reach.
food joke about pakoras.
Okay.
We would
Next.
have accepted that.
Hold on. I'm writing this down.
We would have
Alright.
accepted.
I'm writing this
Joe,
down.
what do you have for us?
I say that wrestling is still super over in India, especially. Having been there for a little bit, I realized that
right.
it's on
Oh, yeah.
TV for free, and there's also a major Indian newspaper that covered the Undertaker's retirement as being like kayfabe, like this guy is retiring right now.
So they have like a whole different circuit in India for
No,
wrestling.
no,
or-
it's
it's
just following ours.
just how
Ah.
India interprets
Yeah.
our
Well,
stuff.
I asked because you got the whole Bollywood scene over there. Why wouldn't they start a wrestling league of their own? You know what I mean?
And that's
Well,
what,
yeah, they have-
that's
they
what
probably
their WWE is
promotions
trying to
and
do
stuff,
is
but
to go
yeah.
more into India / China to get a huge market of billions /
What would that look like? All right? So would they adopt like wrestling tradition and lore and how we do it, or would they do like more traditional fighting and turn it into like something different? I don't know.
No, it would be us.
Well, yeah,
It would be
the
pro
WWE
wrestling.
side is WWE style.
Because what's the Japanese one called?
strong style.
Or the Japanines.
The
That's what I said.
Japanese is strong style.
Or the
Japanese.
But it's still
You're retarded.
it's professional wrestling.
Yeah, but
right?
they
It's
do-
the same.
Yeah.
But
it's
Japanese
wrestling.
Japanese pro
It's-
wrestling is like crazy flips. Like a lot of
Yeah,
it's a lot more
that's-
acrobatic.
No,
It's a different brand. If you're
that's
in
more like
New
lucha libre Mexican
Yeah.
style.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
if you're going
The
to
flips
Japan
and
and seeing
stuff.
New Japan versus WWE, you're going to see one show versus the other. So you're definitely going to see Kenny Omega in New Japan flipping over a bunch of guys or whatever, versus seeing WWE still probably doing a WWE safe show. So New Japan, you're going to hit a guy like as hard as you can hit him. That's basically what's strong.
Is there any other wrestling
Strong
leagues?
style means they.
So there's NXT and there's WWE. Are there any other like world?
TNA. is
Oh
still
yeah,
a thing,
there's
right?
TNA. Well, it's just Impact Wrestling now, right?
No, New Japan is the hottest one right now.
No,
That's
but
outside of
Impact Wrestling exists.
it exists, but New Japan is
Yes.
hotter right now.
New Japan is.
What's
Does,
New-
does
what's
it have a
New
bigger
Japan?
GDP? Would you say New Japan versus Impact Wrestling?
New Japan probably.
I don't know how that works out.
New Japan probably. Impact Wrestling has fallen on hard times
When you
over
s-
the last few years.
Yeah, but like when you say Impact Wrestling, is that just a brand name or is that like
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
former
a
their
TNA,
description
right?
of the
Formal-
sport?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Isn't that what? Do they just go by Impact now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I
Okay.
don't really pay attention to that, except for the Hardys stuff. I've watched a little bit of that, but
Love those Hardy Boys.
And that's a group.
they're back in the WWE now. So I don't. That's what happens is all the good people eventually end up in the WWE, and that's what I watch.
All right.
So where were we? I don't know.
We were still
Fucking
doing wrestling,
hell,
I think.
okay.
But is there another section, another topic?
I mean, shit.
Joe,
yeah.
There's
you-
got to be more. What
Joe,
are we,
did you-
what are we at? 2:45.
I don't want to do it right now.
Wrestling fans.
Oh,
I feel like this,
oh, okay.
this was much more a broad discussion of wrestling than just running through Wrestlemania.
I disrupt.
Yeah.
No, I
This
disrupted
was
it
more,
big time.
This was
yeah.
more for everyone.
I'll
And-
take credit
But
for disrupting
we're
it.
looking for 4 hours.
Watch
right? What are we at
WrestleMania
right now?
if you like this.
We're-
We don't
we're-
have to do 4 hours.
We can keep going with
No,
ROH and
We're lousy vaginas if we
We
do
can-
not do 4 hours.
We're at
all right?
3:20.
Yeah, let's just do a big
Okay.
one.
My only point
Let's
is
do a
like
big old.
if
we can
people
do
are gonna
trivia
dr-
again, by the way.
You'll have
That's an
if
option.
people are
Okay.
gonna drop
We'll have
off
to cut it in
late.
half.
Hang on, guys. Carl's got something to say.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, if people are gonna drop off late in the podcast, that means that they're still listening for a long time.
Yeah.
So-
that's
This
yes.
doesn't fucking matter.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel
None
like
of this
my
matters.
podcast.
Just
It's
keep
not
going.
that no one matters. It's that if it matters, it's not gonna hurt for us to go another hour while we. I'm gonna go piss my
Yeah,
pants.
good.
What, Joe? What did
Into
you want
the
to say?
toilet, of course.
I thought you wanted me to give you a beers.
No, you started to say something just about the podcast in general or wherever.
Well, no, I tend to favor if I'm listening to a podcast, a 1 hour podcast is what I go for. So I'll keep talking on here, and if nobody is
Cares what
listening,
you
that's
Yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah.
if you're
Agreed.
listening to a podcast and it's 3 hours long, and you
I don't know.
enjoy,
I'm
enjoy
gonna
the
say,
whole thing,
I'm gonna
you'll
say-
stop and listen to the rest later.
I'm gonna say we're doing a B-side right now.
I like it too. This is like more of like an anthology episode, but
I can split it into 2 as well. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A definite ending. I can find a definite
Here's
ending
the problem.
on the first half and then the rest.
here's
is
the only
second.
problem with splitting it in 2 is if you only listen to the second episode, you'd be like, whoa.
What the fuck is
What the
this?
fuck is
Yeah.
happening here with this episode?
That's
They've
what I'm-
literally
plus,
been talking about
who the
whatever
fuck-
for who long. And
No one controls this medium.
absolutely.
Like we
I'm gonna
can do
give you
what-
knuckles across.
we
I'm
can
gonna give
do
you
it
knuckles.
however we want to fucking
Yeah,
do it because it's
we're basically like
because this is podcast right now and it's
Yeah.
ours.
Guys,
the
yeah.
men view.
We can do anything we want, Carl. Like I can grab this guitar right now and I can
Jesus
sing
Christ.
you an original song.
No, what?
Sure
What?
can.
Yeah, I
Do
could.
it.
I could
What?
do this. I
Holy
could pick-
shit!
I have
God damn it!
How's it gonna be?
That's the name of the
It's
song.
gonna
It's
be
a
like
Third
this.
Eye Blind
That's
song.
Third Eye
I
Blind
wrote it
song.
myself.
Looks like it was going to be in a minor chord.
But I was asking.
I'm looking at it. Looks like it might be in a minor chord.
Fucking
Here's the
song
song
gonna
we're
be.
gonna sing. All right. Sister Christian, yes, the time has come. It's completely
I don't-
out
that
of
doesn't
tune.
sound right.
That's not right. I feel like that's not an original.
That doesn't seem right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. Doesn't sound original. And
So I'll try another one. Joe licks all the boys in town.
Oh, man.
He's a man who licks boys.
Do
you know him? I wrote that right now.
I don't lick the boys in town. For listening.
Yeah,
You go
well,
out of town for that,
Good to
right?
know.
It's not what my son says.
What? You don't have a son.
I have 3 sons.
Brainerd.
Brainerd, Jeremiah,
you
and
should be-
Reg.
You should be a big subscriber to FuelNibblers.com because you don't want to have your children molested.
No, Reg is really artistic, but
Reg.
guys, trust his instinct.
Yeah,
Trust
but-
his instinct.
Reg is also, and I don't want to, infringe on your parenting or anything. But
No, they're good boys.
Reg-
All 3 of them are
Reg
good
is
boys.
Reg is getting really, really big
Well, here's the problem.
for a 4-year-old.
No, and here's the problem. I know he's 4, but he walks around a lot more. He gets around the house a lot more now. He's, last year it was kind of easy to keep him out of the freezer, but me and Maggie, we buy a gallon of ice cream a week. We buy 1 gallon of ice cream a week.
Damn.
You know what? By the time Thursday rolls along, I'm lucky to get a couple scoops. It's a bunch of bullshit, man.
Why don't you get them on them ice cream sandwiches? Get them on some ice cream sandwiches.
No.
You do good, you get an
Gotta
ice
get
cream
Reg on
sandwich.
those
No.
ice cream sandwiches.
You do good,
No,
you
listen.
get an ice cream sandwich.
Me and Maggie did the math, and the best deal as far as dairy desserts go, it's a gallon. It's 1 gallon of chocolate swirl, and that's what we get, and that's all we get. And if you don't like that, then whatever, and make your own
Hey,
dessert.
Reg, if you do good, you get an ice cream sandwich. If you do bad, you get sat in the shower and you get hot water sprayed on your face.
That's not what you do as a parent.
Oh, wow.
No.
Guys,
Reg needs a little discipline, and he needs to understand that there's a time and
Put him in
place
that
for
shower.
dessert.
Put him in that shower.
full disclosure, Joe's not a parent, so don't worry.
Let's talk more about Reg.
He is overweight for his age. You're right, Carl. No, you are right. But you know
He's
what?
overweight for any
I don't want
age.
to hurt your feelings,
That's going a little far. That's
You're
dig
right.
deep. But
Reg is a
you know.
good kid, though.
No, he's a smart
got
boy.
A big heart.
He's
He's got a
sweet
great
boy.
personality. I love that
He's got
guy.
a really big heart.
Well, he has to have a large heart for what's going on biologically. Like,
What puts me off a little bit is when he eats his own feces.
yes, and he, when he does it, he just has such a shit-eating grin when he does. I don't know. No, Reg is a false child. I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
This is all made up.
Don't say their
And
names.
what are their names and
Don't
socials?
say them.
Caitlin and Kelly.
Their socials?
Their socials.
Yeah.
6984779.
5.
Niner. Did you throw a niner in there?
1776.
We using a walkie-talkie?
Real quick, I had a dumb add-on question for.
Yeah, let's do that.
It was a dumb add-on question for the
Don't say that about your questions.
the split moment where that I was doing. I was talking about the movie Split that I saw with James McAvoy. So good. My question, and anytime I have a topic, I always try to come up with a question for the group, and I think you guys should challenge yourself to do the same. So whatever you're baseball or wrestling, have 2 topics loaded or 2 questions loaded that are what could I ask these boys and pick their brains about. Mine was, oh, this is bad. It's not a good one too, but it's here. If you could have an alternate personality, you get 1, and it's your alternate personality, what would it be and why? And that's kind of a weird one because it's just I would just pick the smartest, most I don't know, what would your alternate personality be? Because we were talking about multiple personality disorder for that Split movie. I think that's what mine would be. It would just be kind of like Limitless with young Bradley Cooper, just the best.
I don't know what that means. What did he have powers to do?
You haven't seen Limitless?
No.
Okay, so in Limitless, it's Bradley Cooper, who's a super hunk. Jordan Egbert, my brother, kind of looks like Bradley Cooper with his hair pushed all the way back and a proper hairline. No offense, I love you, Jordan.
Better body, too.
Yeah, overall a better body.
Just
probably 2 inches height as well.
And
he's a little taller.
Just looks more rested.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like he doesn't work for a beer distributor a little bit. Yeah. So best of luck, Jordan, if you're listening. But anyways, Bradley Cooper.
As if he needs it.
Bradley Cooper gets a hold of this drug in this movie Limitless. I forget what the hell it's called.
Viagra.
Well, maybe, but anyways, it's like this little clear pill, and if you take it, it makes you like it expands your mind and makes you the best, most,
They've made a TV show.
Yeah. It's a huge event. The show, right? Like, isn't it good? Isn't it getting good reviews and stuff?
No, I don't know. If
No,
it's good.
it's not good. Okay.
Regular CBS action show.
So they made a show, but it
But
sucks.
it's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like the Minority Report show from last season.
Oh yeah, they did that.
As having sucked.
Here's one that worked out. Fargo. Do you remember Fargo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually good.
That's. I can't wait to see that come back for season 3. Actually, that's going to be great because Fargo, the show, doesn't. It keeps within the tone of the movie perfectly, and it's its own different story every time. So.
Yeah, and the tone they nailed.
Yes.
Somehow, and that was my biggest thing I was waiting to criticize when I watched the first season. Was like, okay, I'm sure this will seem like a CW show or something.
No, it totally captures the tone of the Coen brothers, and it's somehow the people who write that are amazing, and they do that properly.
Yeah, Kevin, watch Limitless when you get a chance. The movie. Bradley Cooper. Carl needs a beer. Who else needs a beer? David, you got one?
I'm good.
Kevin, you good?
I'm good.
Take a backup, boys.
All right.
We're doing a 4-hour ski.
Hell yeah, man.
Okay.
4-hour ski.
So this should get us flowing on our next thing.
I love it.
You had
let it flow.
You had more trivia for us, right?
Oh, let's I mean, do you guys want to play for points?
Round 2?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right,
yeah.
we're doing points.
Yeah.
We're doing trivia. I mean, it's going to be the same categories. Are you guys all right with that?
No.
No.
Let's do totally different categories.
All right.
Right, all new categories.
Here's my reco. Take the questions you like, and while we're thinking about it, you maybe look up some things that you think are funnier now, in real time.
The questions you like? What?
I
mean, I could just go back a few months too, and just like pick some other topics.
No, I'm just saying, if we start talking about something, feel free to give us something on the fly that's new.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's all I meant.
You expect
I'm
a lot
sorry.
of me. No, you expect a lot. I cannot research and develop. Wow.
Let me Google that for you.
All right. I'm just going to go back to a game from, we'll say, March of 2016. How about that? Can't
That's
lose
fine.
there, right?
I can tell a story about Don
Well, we
Rickles.
can, but
While we wait.
You got a Don Rickles
We'll see
story?
what happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. Your topics.
Don Rickles is still alive.
Everyone has the papers.
Yep.
This is 4 points, right? This is.
Yeah.
We're counting
It's
this.
real.
We'll
All
count
right.
it.
Carl,
2 this round.
this is happening. This
Yeah.
is the real deal. I'm not.
If you're keeping score at home, we've got Joe Gazzara with 3 points. I have 1. Anyone else?
Tyler Grissom has 1 point.
That's right.
Does Tyler Grissom have 1 point or 3? He's not a guest, so he has 1.
You can only get 1 from the daily fantasy contest. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
okay,
not
okay.
as. You have to actually interact with
You
us
gotta be
on the
here.
show to get the 3
I like
points
that.
in the trivia
Yeah.
game.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So first.
And it's open to anyone. So like if we get 500 listeners and some guy we've never met racks up 5 points, we're going out to dinner with him.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Syrians?
As long as you can
Yes,
come
Yes,
down.
even Syrians.
Do they have to prove identity?
No,
Okay.
they just have to be here.
I'm paying for any airfare.
I'm gonna assume if you're Syrian and you're here, you're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're Syrian, don't you want to prove not identity?
I'm from France. No one. Wait, all right. Here we go. First question. Question 1. The topic is 80s movie taglines. I'm not sure why we're lingering on the 80s, but it's probably coincidence. Here we go.
The 80s were the peak of American civilization.
And I'm in agreement with David Chiviach. All right. So,
Unless you lived in Nineveh
Indeed.
from the Assyrian capital
yeah.
of the world.
No, you nailed it. Yeah. All right. So here's your
You
tagline.
learned that earlier.
It's a
in
callback
faculty?
from pre-podcast. Yeah.
It doesn't. Callbacks don't work that way.
Oh,
Like you
okay.
can't go. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why a girl will never call you back. That was my joke earlier. All right, so here we go.
You son of a bitch.
The tagline is, and I'll give you your option. Still trying to get a good one.
You heard it here first. Post?
I don't know,
Jesus.
Sorry.
Is it in your safe
Divulged
deposit?
I got it.
madness here, folks.
All right, I got it, guys. We're back on track. Here we go. Question 1. Official league play right now is what we're doing, all right? So this is 4 points.
Yeah.
Joe, stop flirting with Kevin. Here we go. Here is your tagline. I'll give you a marketing tagline for a film released in the 1980s. You will choose one of the options. The tagline is, it's coming right up.
So it's a film about the 1980s?
Right.
Yes.
No, it was
It was released in the 80s. I thought I had it.
Fucker.
Somewhere there.
Hang on, just because he stopped getting it ready for us, let's not go on a whole other tangent.
No. I was
about-
just trying to keep...
We could.
I'm Joe. Here's
Make
where
it
I
funny.
buy my chainsaws.
I was just
Let's
ripping.
keep it to 80s movies.
Why would that be the tangent? Because I'm not going to cut you up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
John.
All right. So the tagline is, it's time, it's war. Your options are A, Aliens, B, Full Metal Jacket, C, They Live, or D, Scarface. Once again, the tagline is, this time, it's war.
And what are the choices again?
I love a good tagline, you guys. I just want to throw that out there.
Sure,
All right,
sure,
so the
sure.
choices, once again, for TV's Joe Gazzaro, and I think everyone else wrote them down too, but it's time, it's war.
I don't need them anymore. I'm good.
This time, it's war. Aliens, Full Metal Jacket, They Live, or Scarface. We'll start with David Chaveau.
I'm going to go with Aliens.
Aliens. I like it. Any reason why?
Because it said this time.
It's implicating a sequel.
Yeah,
Carl?
that's good. Went with They Live?
They Live.
Yeah, They
Solid
Live.
feature.
Yeah. I just went with that because it has Roddy Piper in it. He's a wrestler.
Are you shitting me?
And it's a
Not
fantastic
that
movie.
he's in it, but that's why you picked it?
Yeah, that's exactly why I
Okay.
picked
Okay. Praise God.
it.
All right. So I went with Aliens. I want to second what Chabot said about this time indicates, something happened before. Also, I think Carl's Roddy Piper reasoning is interesting. I can also see that leading to a tagline of, hey, it's war. I'm going to fight you because I was a professional wrestler. Anyway, so Aliens, in the first Alien, that was all contained to a ship, right? So maybe this time, I haven't seen Aliens that I know of.
Oh, what?
Hang on.
No!
Hang on. There's like a 45% chance that I have seen it.
I'll help you figure it out right now. Did you see it all the way through?
That's
Okay,
not how I work.
at the end, Ripley is in like what would you call that suit? It has a name. It's like a
mech.
Yeah. And she says, "Get away from her, you bitch!" And she's talking about Newt. Through the entire movie,
Still
there's a
don't know,
little
man.
girl called Newt, and they're on a colony on this
that does
planet.
Close to nothing for me. I
Okay,
still don't know whether I've seen that movie.
Oh man, the robot. What's the robot's name? Bishop.
Yeah.
He
Nothing.
wiggles through the pipe. You remember the pipe in
It
Aliens?
can't-
He
Oh,
wiggles
yeah.
through.
I
It's
can't
a
be
small
helped,
little
man.
person-sized
I
pipe.
have no idea whether I saw.
You
this
haven't seen
movie.
Aliens either.
I've seen Aliens.
Tell me something about it.
I was a small child when
Oh!
That means
They
no.
released a
I'm in the
whole
same
toy
boat
line
as
based
Kevin.
on a
No.
super rated R movie.
I don't remember
Like, that's
a
what
The
specific
Queen,
from it.
the
This
Queen
blows
alien.
my
Yeah.
fucking mind, man.
I know.
This was a
I'm
really
going to personally fix this.
Yeah,
This is
no,
like
we
a
gotta
great-
do an
No,
Aliens
you can
night.
totally
Yeah.
do that.
great movie
Okay.
in the history of movies.
Bill Paxton is in there, and he's like one of the Marines, and we're dead, man.
Hang
Game
on.
over,
I
man.
think I remember Bill Paxton.
It kind of fucking...
Maybe.
All right, so
Yeah,
we'll do
who
an Aliens.
knows?
We're gonna do an Aliens night. Anyways, Joe,
I said Aliens.
Aliens. Okay, the correct answer was Aliens. Good job, guys. This
Cool.
time it's war. Who did not get a point that
Carl.
time?
I voted in protest of a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
That was silly.
I lost my
pencil.
Yeah,
There it is. There it is. All right.
Does that mean your dick?
No, it means my pencil, my writing material. How could I lose my dick on a podcast without you hearing me screaming or blood, splattering on the table again?
Depends on where the mic was.
All right, good point. Just way into the Blue Jays right now. Right?
Yeah. Matching jacket.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
What do you mean?
Reds, go Reds, man.
Fucking Blue Jays
Or the world championship holders.
It's a callback to when we were 10 years old. I had a Blue Jays hat for some reason. And now I kind of like them because here's a hint for you guys playing the free contest on DraftKings. If you see the Blue Jays playing a home game, that ballpark is very offense-friendly. And not too many people know that. A lot of people, Chabot, you probably know about Coors Field.
Oh, indeed.
Do you know, I mean, seriously, Joe, Chabot, John, do you know what Coors Field?
Nope.
Jesus Christ, what kind of world is this?
He's not asking me because I don't know shit about basketball.
Yeah, I don't watch baseball at all.
You guys are assholes.
I call it baseball.
Anyway.
I didn't come here to be called an asshole.
The long and short of it is...
look at me, I called it a thing that's not even a sport.
This is a lot of fun. Can we take a 2-minute detour?
Let's get the next question.
Sure, go.
Should we?
We're going for 4 hours. You better detour,
all right.
brother.
Where are we?
Everyone shut up then. Here I go. So Coors Field, for those of you guys who don't know, is the home stadium for the Colorado Rockies.
Tap the Rockies!
Coors Field. So there it is in Denver, Colorado. And this park is very notorious for being offense-friendly. Turns out a team scores about 50% more runs in Coors Field.
Hold up.
ME team.
Hold on, guys. We haven't been recording for like the last 20 minutes.
It's
a joke. Psych out. April Reels.
Little nerd.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So just throw it out to the panel. Do you know off the cuff why Coors Field would be that much?
Is it the umpires?
No,
that would be
the umpires.
Question someone would ask.
Does that have something to do with the geometry of the field? Or?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
Chabot, do you have anything for us?
His answer was giggle. That was his guess. Giggle.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Boyish giggle.
All right.
He's like, I don't know baseball.
So,
it's the worst sport ever.
Yeah, I called it Baz.
So the answer, what's special about Denver? Anyone?
The altitude?
Yeah,
very
it's
tall.
The mile-high city.
Yeah,
Sure.
so they get a train and so they have more red blood cells. The players are better. No?
It's probably less that than the other thing, which is the air is thinner. The ball carries farther because it has less shit to travel through.
I love it.
And everyone knows that happens. But the other thing is a major league pitcher. They can throw a curveball or a slider that moves several feet from the point at which they release it to where it reaches you as a batter. At high altitude, those pitches don't move as much because they don't have as much shit to grab against. So a pitcher who relies heavily on curveballs, he comes into Coors Field and it just doesn't move.
Nice.
Fucking pitches fastball.
Yeah. So
there are multiple factors at play.
Yeah. So more home runs and then the dimensions. You mentioned geometry, whoever it was. So the fences get moved out farther, and then there's just more empty ground. The outfielders have to cover. It's a much larger outfield because they try to account for the fact that balls are traveling 10% farther. So
interesting.
That's cool.
Coors Field.
I would have just.
That's
how much? I would have just thought home field advantage was because of the players and their crazy training, just being. Up, up higher. Yeah.
What's the altitude of the next highest stadium?
Well, Chase Field is new to the league-ish. That's where the Diamondbacks play of Arizona, Phoenix. I think that's like 4,500 feet or 4,000, something like that.
Okay.
So Chase Field is like number 2 on the list of parks where you expect runs to be scored. And Toronto's home field just happens to be close behind. The Reds also play in a super offense-friendly park. Great American Small Park, you call it, because it's 310 feet down the left field line, which is, it's very small. Top 5 for offense. I'm actually going out with Baker and his wife Friday night to a game cool. in Cincinnati. and I'm going to be playing all my fantasy teams, stacking the Reds and the Brewers so that I can watch it unfold in person.
Nice.
Trivia.
Walking into Cincinnati with a bulletproof vest on, right?
Why?
That place is scary.
Well, they took Over the Rhine and turned it gay, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
So it's completely safe now.
Yeah.
I mean, anywhere I'm going to go.
So, trivia. What do we got?
Trivia, here we go. Your next question.
Oh, yeah, there's
Question number 2.
Question number 2. So far, everyone has a point but Carl.
Yeah. Well, it was a protest.
All right.
No, it wasn't.
It was
Made
a
a
personal
point.
choice to just take a dive on that
It
one.
was a wrestling protest.
All right. So we have been drinking some beers tonight. I don't think it's a mystery to the listeners at home. If you could,
might be.
no, if you could see Joe Gazzero's table, it would.
There's a lot of beers you see here.
There's at least
30
4.
fucking cans.
These were here.
I was gonna say at least-
These were here when I moved in.
All right.
I'll tell you what, though.
So here's the question.
There's 5 full beers, so that's good.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Question
cheers.
2, trivia.
I'll put a sound effect in there. Cling.
Is this a booger? Did you
Cling.
save a
I'm gonna say
sunflower seed?
cling and put it over it.
I'm ready. From what language did English borrow the word alcohol? From what language did the English language borrow the word alcohol? Is it A, Sumerian, B, Latin, C, Arabic, or D, Egyptian? Write down your answers. As soon as you guys have all written an answer down. Do you need anything again from me?
Yeah, one more
I
time.
know.
Sumerian,
One more
Latin,
time.
Arabic, and Egyptian. Saying that right?
Arabic?
Yeah.
Arabic.
Arabic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Sorry.
fuck that.
Well, the correct
Did I do that the
pronunciation
first
is
time?
Alcohol.
Say it again. Alcohol?
Alcohol.
You guys are thinking of Joseph of Arimathea. I think is what you're
Alcohol.
thinking of.
Arabic. Why did I say it that way? That was weird. Arabic. Okay.
Arabic?
Our
Arabia. Ick. Joe, go first. What do you got and why? You don't have to say why. Just tell me your answer.
Said Arabic.
Arabic. Okay.
I said Latin.
Latin.
I will say why.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Alkaline and acids. So I thought maybe alcohol could be like an alkaline thing because it slows you down, where like acids kind of speed up like chemical stuff reaction wise, and that's why I said what I said.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
Carl, go ahead.
Well, I also said Latin.
Wrong. Chavo?
Arabic, because all Arabic nouns start with al.
Arabic is correct. Chavo with the
Look at
big
this.
brain.
Look at this preening motherfucker.
No, he
This
is
guy.
right now. If you can see him,
He
he has
looks-
both fists at the side of his chest, and at the side of his hips,
This
both
guy.
fists, and his chest pointed straight out, like Superman looking off to one side, the wind blowing slightly his hair. Oh, he's a goddamn hero.
This guy looks like he's 10 feet tall right now.
I got
Oh, Joe also got a point. All right, moving on.
Who cares?
Yeah, who even cares?
Joe's used to getting points. His whole life he's been getting points.
Yeah, on his license.
Nailed it. Yeah, no, you nailed it. Yeah.
That's like the one thing you don't want to get points on.
Carl nailed it too. We got 2 nailers here.
Just trying to think of another thing. There's not another thing. Is there?
What about like your joints, your bones or whatever? People get like a pointer in their shoulder. Isn't that a thing?
No.
Knees?
I never
Yeah,
heard of
there's
it.
there's
I never
such
heard
a
of it, but
thing.
maybe it's a thing.
I'll look it up now while you guys ponder the next question.
Do it.
All right, I got your next question ready to rock here.
Don't
This
you
is
turn on Siri when he asks
I
a
won't.
question.
I wouldn't dare.
Jesus.
I think I want to say we'd hear it, but anyways, question 3. Carl, you knew that when you said it. I know.
You can put your phone on silent.
You can? Siri can be silent and just tell you the text. I always thought it had to be like a blah, blah, blah.
I don't know, man. I don't
Does
have
it?
that kind of relationship.
I don't
with
know.
Siri.
Does it? I was just assuming that Apple has the technology. Maybe they don't.
Hang on. Apple doesn't have the technology where I can add someone to a group text. Is that
No, you're
real?
right. No, I know, you're right.
That's a real thing. I can't add someone to a group text.
Is that the problem with our Grext?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thank you, Apple.
Yeah.
I may be able to do it, but I don't know if it'll work well because sometimes when I send messages, it goes to everyone individually.
It goes straight to me.
And I have an Android phone, so maybe we're all fucked.
You're outside the. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't add anyone to the group text.
But you can't respond to anyone. You're in the worst spot,
Yeah, but
alright?
it's been working for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been working, except for Joe, apparently? All of them go to you directly?
No, it's been working as in we get them from you separate.
No, I don't know if you can get on Carl's
that's
text.
stupid.
Okay.
Question 3.
I thought Tyler Grissom said it was working.
Question 3. What is the name of Gina Davis's character in the 1992 movie A League of Their Own?
Oh.
What is the name of Gina Davis's
Cutthroat
character
Island.
in the 1992 movie A League of Their Own? We all remember the famous line, "There's no crying in baseball." You remember Tom Hanks?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. Your options are
Madonna was in that movie.
Yeah, your options are A, May, B, Kit, C, Doris, or D, Dottie.
Who is it? Which one is it?
What is the name of Gina Davis's character in the 1992 movie A League of Their Own? There's no crying in baseball. A, May, B, Kit, C, Doris, or is it D, Dottie? Has everyone written an answer down?
No.
I was looking.
Take some time to ponder upon this trivia question.
Right.
Have you written an answer down, Carl?
I got it.
Carl's ready.
I want to go last because I think I'm right.
Okay.
Well, I think we should go first then.
No. Then I have to verify that you wrote down what you say you wrote down. Because
Everyone, you do got to be honest on this. You do got to write down the.
I've written it down in ink and I'm changing it.
So far, we got a tie between Joe and David. David Shuvo from Clintonville, Ohio. You got one?
Yeah.
All right, why don't you start, David?
Me?
Yeah.
All right. I said Doris.
Doris.
It was a D?
Yeah.
Option D was not.
It wasn't D.
C was Doris,
D,
right?
It was C.
Yeah. All right, so you went Doris. Carl?
I got Kit.
Kit. I like it.
Kevin sounds like he knows for sure.
Yeah, Joe, you go first.
No, we said Kevin already proclaimed he wanted to be last.
Yeah. I went with
I'm the proclaimer. All right.
I went with A.
Okay. He went A, May.
All right. So I went with D, Dottie. A and B, I just want to say great fake answers, if in fact they are. Sound just so in line with what I was expecting to hear. But Dottie really rung a bell with me. If it wasn't Gina Davis, it must have been Rosie O'Donnell. I'm going D, Dottie.
Only one person is awarded a point.
Because we all picked different answers.
It's Kevin with
Yep.
Dottie. Yeah,
Wow.
he did get it. Yeah, good job, man. Good
Thank
job.
you.
All right. You guys want to talk about it for 30 minutes or go right into the next question?
No.
I haven't watched
You're
it
good
movie
on-
in 20 fucking years.
I do want to watch it again though.
Yeah.
Now that we talked about it. I'm bad like that with movies, man. You mention it and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that for 2 hours and forget about.
There's a better
Going to
baseball
sleep
movie
and stuff.
people should watch, though. It's called
The
Bull,
Natural.
Sandlot?
It's called Bull Durham. Go
okay.
watch
Yeah.
that movie, folks.
Okay.
The Sandlot.
Sandlot's
And,
awesome
also,
too.
Easter coming up. You know how I like to celebrate Easter?
The Ten Commandments.
What's that?
What movie I watch?
Ben-Hur.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes!
There you go.
That's an awesome movie,
So many
folks.
tanks.
Love that movie.
I saw Ted
watch
Nelly
that
sing
this
that
Easter.
live.
Jesus
It's a fun way to celebrate Easter.
Because
Because you feel like you went to church, but you just
didn't.
had an awesome time watching Jesus Christ Superstar.
And there's
One of
some rock and
well,
roll sprinkled in there too.
More than a little, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest movie musicals of our
You
time.
remember the time when Jesus was chased down by helicopters?
I watched it happen. I was there.
But you say you remember the time like I remember the time other stuff happened to Jesus.
No, it's in the Bible, and Jesus was running for his life by these helicopters.
Yeah, everybody knows the Bible's historically accurate.
Yeah.
In that movie?
Yeah. I don't.
All right, you guys ready for your next question?
Next question.
Sexy conscious.
That's what
The,
the is, though, right?
Before we get off of it.
So far, we got a 3-way tie.
Three-way.
Woo!
And by 3-way, I mean Kevin, Joe, and David.
Ew.
What?
Carl, you have no points.
Son of a bitch.
It's all right though. Plenty of time to come back.
I've been going with my gut.
The category is classic TV. So we're gonna do some old TV. In what year did the sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show make its debut? Would you guys call that a sitcom? I've never seen it.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke, what year did it debut? Your options are 1961, 1958, 1966, and 1970. These are way out of order, but do with it what you will.
Can we get the time frame once again?
Stop it.
Yeah.
I ate all the kernels.
So option A is 1961. Option B is 1958. Option C, 1966. And option D, 1970. Answers are written down. We'll check in with Joe first. What do you got, Joe?
Or they got the answer. I said 61.
All right. Joe said option A, 1961. Kevin, go ahead.
I also said option A,
Okay.
1961. I
like
just
it.
felt like it was really early, and I wanted to go even earlier than 61.
I did too, actually.
So when I heard 61, I jumped right on it.
Yeah, I was right with Joe.
Yeah.
Well, you had option B there.
I wanted to hear what was option 58.
Yeah.
that
Well,
was too
in
early.
a
Too
weird
early.
way, I wanted to hear 56.
I wanted to hear 52.
Oh wow! So I heard 61, and for some reason that was closer to me than 56 than was 58. So
Young Carl.
I said 66 because I don't really know what it is, but something about
Dick Van Dyke
those
Show.
numbers
man, yeah.
next to each other really.
You liked it.
it's a fair way to answer.
Like 66.
I don't really know.
1966,
I
man.
really like
Yeah.
the sixes together. It's almost like I want another one there.
You're a Satanist. You're a Satanist, is what you're saying.
More.
David Chavot, what do you got?
66.
70.
1970. All right. The correct answer, collecting points, Chirpin and TV's Joe Gazzaro.
Yeah.
1961, option A, The Dick Van Dyke Show. That was the Final Fantasy. That was the
That was
final.
my gut. and I
That was the
didn't-
Final Fantasy theme.
I was drawn to the sixes for some reason.
All right, you guys talk about the Dick Van Dyke Show for a minute.
The Dick Van Dyke Show, I remember as being a black and white show
Yeah.
where Dick Van Dyke had some crazy things happen, and then his wife was like, "What are you doing?"
That was I Love Lucy, I think. It was
So-
like, Lucy, you got some splaining to do, and
Lucy had so much.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke tripped
Yeah.
over the thing.
The show is pre Mary Poppins. That's what tripped me up. I thought it was after.
Yeah,
that was before
I-
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I think that's what led him into being Bert, I
Yeah.
guess.
I don't know how this show relates to Mary Poppins so closely.
Well,
What happened?
he was the chimney sweep.
Yeah.
Dick
He
Van
was
Dyke
like,
was.
sure,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was the chimney sweep in Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
It was
After he
the
was
primary
Dick
character.
Van Dyke on the show.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And in real life.
So, like, did he already sign the contract for Mary Poppins?
No,
Or,
I
like, what?
I think
I
they
don't
may
think
have
so.
already given him a show, and they're like, "Hey,
Is that a major part in Mary Poppins?
It is.
That
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's a
okay.
big part, yeah.
the chimney sweep,
I don't know what.
Bert?
Yeah.
Have you
I don't
never
know
seen
what the
Mary
fuck.
Poppins?"
I feel the same way about Mary Poppins as I feel about aliens.
I'm pretty sure I can't remember exactly what happened because I saw it when I was a kid, but I think Mary Poppins fucks the chimney sweep.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
right there in front of the kids. Yeah.
That's what you masturbated to when you were a kid.
Also,
That's not what you saw.
she does anal too. Like it's not even like not even censored.
All
What
right.
happens in Mary Poppins?
All right.
It's a wholesome film
What?
about a lady who has some kids that aren't hers in a chimney sweep.
I mean, she flies down in an umbrella,
Oh,
and then Lex Steele is like, "Hey, let me fuck you in the ass," and then she's like, "Yep,
All right.
let me
That's
get
not
it."
what she said.
Thanks for coming back, John.
Sorry, I had to pee really bad. Is this still the Dick Van Dyke conversation?
Barely.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, he takes on two lesbians, Dick Van Dyke.
Good timing coming
Yeah.
back here now, John.
I am looking up your next question, so continue to talk about your next topic or whatever.
I guess I'll just bring it back to Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle.
Do it.
Because
Sure.
ultimately the takeaway for all you fags out there.
What?
Jeez.
My,
I don't know.
my mouth is agape. I have the next question. Are you guys ready?
No.
Oh.
I want to finish.
Okay, yeah, you probably should.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
should.
'cause I don't mean like fags. I just mean like, guys who think Dave Chappelle is transphobic because he's not really. So he talked about his joke about trans people or whatever. He mentions, hey, are we at a point in America where people can respect each other's choices and freedoms and blah, blah, blah? Well, Dave Chappelle, the American, is really happy about that or whatever. Anyone who can talk that through and make that part of their routine, like if Dave Chappelle is your enemy as a trans person, you really should give up now.
It's a dick move.
Because that's not like...
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's all I got. I don't know. Just...
Well, I don't know. Dave Chappelle's a Muslim, so
Yeah, who knows? No,
you should be scared of him because he's probably a
just
terrorist.
overall, everyone needs to chill out a little bit. Look
Exactly.
at just look at intent. It is intent.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
If you're standing up at a podium and you're really trying to piss people off at a protest or some public venue, then yeah, that's real. But if you're at an entertainment, I paid a ticket to go to this show and it's going to be on Netflix and it's a comedy series, what are we talking about? Who cares, right?
The show is also like one of these specials. The bit he does about a trans person is that someone was like tripping out at his show or some other show, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was like a male to female transsexual, whatever you want to call that person, and just had too much drink or whatever bad kind of drugs, and they were having an episode. So he says, "Hey, is he okay?"
Is he okay?
Yeah, and the friends say, "It's she."
Yeah, like you asshole.
Yeah.
You're
It's
officially
like,
the
all right.
enemy for not knowing that.
Yeah, and it's like the bigger point is this person is potentially in trouble. I want to involve myself.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Hey, how dare you? Like, I don't know. I'm done with
These
that.
are all
All right.
basically fucking grunts that we made up to describe people, and that's what we're getting.
I'm done with the entire world. Next question.
Are we on question 4?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do question 4. Here we
We're
go.
getting all-
A little
we're
bit of
everywhere.
geography. Yeah, we jump around on the old podcast right now. Watch yourself. What is the oldest country in Europe that hasn't changed its name since 681 AD, after death, our Lord's death? What is the oldest country in Europe that hasn't changed its name since 681 AD? The options are A, Macedonia, B, Bulgaria, C, Croatia, or D, Ireland. Write down your answer. I see Kevin writing. He might be writing down the options. I can read them out again. I know it's going to happen. Once again, that's A, Macedonia, B, Bulgaria, C, Croatia, or D, Ireland. And we want to know the oldest country in Europe that hasn't changed its name since 681 AD. After the death of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Of
2,
Nazareth.
3, 4. Christ has died. Christ has risen. Christ will come again.
Christ has died.
Christ is risen. Christ will come again.
Can I get the answers?
See, people just got their midnight mass in.
Yeah.
On podcast right now. You don't have to do that.
You just been blessed. You just been blessed, motherfuckers.
Right?
The mass is ended. Go in peace.
All
podcasts
glory
right
and
now,
honor
listeners are good for now and forever, and glory unto the Almighty Father forever and ever. Amen.
Joe, go ahead and answer first. What do you got,
No,
bud?
I wanted to hear the answers one more time.
Jesus
More answers.
Christ. Thought we were burning time while you wrote it down.
Nope.
All right.
No, not a bit.
A, Macedonia. B, Bulgaria. C, Croatia. Or D,
Your
lovely
mom.
Ireland.
Okay.
What is the oldest country? You got it? You wrote your answer down?
I don't like it, but I guess I'll say Ireland.
Ireland. It's probably the dumbest thing I've heard all day.
Okay.
Kevin, what's your answer?
I also came down on Ireland.
Stupid. Carl?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Interesting. David Chevier.
I also said Bulgaria.
Bulgaria is correct.
Oh, bullshit.
White Russia?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Because fuck Bulgaria.
that's David Chevier. And who else? Carl boy?
Carl boy.
Carl boy getting a point.
And Bulgaria
Carl on the
right now.
Is
board.
that a four-way tie?
That's a
Four-way
three-way tie. It's
All
a
right.
three-way tie right now.
Rusev is from Bulgaria.
Rusev.
No.
Rusev Machka.
Rusev Machka. Places I poop. Holy.
What's are you talking about the wrestler?
Braun Strowman. Well, at first I was talking
Rusev?
about First I was talking about Rusev, and
Okay.
then for some reason I went into Braun Strowman.
Places I pooped.
Places I pooped at.
All right. Question 4 is no 5.
5.
5.
Yep.
Question 5.
Fizzle.
It's about penguins.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about them.
He's got a penguin's hat on, for Christ's sake.
Bullshit.
Shit. Now I just looked at another question and I want to ask you that too.
Ask us that.
Ask
one.
here.
Fuck
All right.
Do both of them.
No, get out of here with the penguin
You're
question.
going to need a tiebreaker, so maybe ask the first one
Save
and
your
then the
penguin.
penguins. Yeah.
Get out of the penguin. No, nobody wants the penguins.
You got to do some penguins trivia. All right. Here's the question, and again, I might not pronunciate it right. Pronounce. I can't speak.
It's pronounced penguin.
No. All right. So penguin. Most
It's pronounced
penguins are
fornicate.
pelagic birds. What does pelagic mean? Pelagic. Pelagic. Is that how you would say that?
I've never heard that word before.
But how would you say that if you read it?
Pled. What is
Pelagic,
it?
maybe?
Pelagic.
Yeah.
Pelagic.
Pelagic. I say pelagic.
Pelagic.
Pelagic, y'all. Pelagic. Like Kevin said, it sounds
You just have to pronounce all the vowels in the most ambiguous way you can, so
Right.
that no one can ever say you're dumb.
yeah.
So just be like, pelagic.
Pelagic. All right, does it mean A, they can't fly, B, they live near the sea, C, they don't make nests, or D, they have a high feather density? So penguins are pelagic birds or pelagic birds.
No, just be ambiguous. Pelagic.
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 What does pelagic means? Can't speak.
Pelagic means?
What does it mean? We've been drinking all night, guys.
That was awesome.
Can't speak. I shouldn't be reading the trivia.
What does fart
Don't
smell
speak.
like?
No.
Carl, I expect you to edit
What is fart?
all of this, all right?
Will-
Yeah.
There will be some editing, but
What are the?
There's gonna be a lot left
What are
in it,
the
too.
things again?
So for Carl's editing, ready? Here we go. Penguins are pelagic birds. What does a pelagic mean? Is it A, they can't fly, B, they live near the sea, C, they don't make nests, or D, they have a high feather density? Use that cut. That was pretty good.
All right.
All right. We're good. If you're listening, by the way, if you're listening 4 hours into this, you have nothing to do.
They might not be listening to it all at once.
You're a real champ.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're a champion
You're
and
a real MVP.
just you have nothing to do. So I'm not
We should
worried.
give them like bonuses, like, hey, give us this secret password, we'll give you money next time we see you.
The secret password is 749er.
What's that?
If you
good
say
for,
that,
Joe?
No. Because it's
$1,
a dollar,
$1.50,
a free beer.
it's however many people want it. It's like 8 million people.
Yeah. It's $8 million.
Yeah, but we have to give $8 million.
I got
We
eight.
have $8 million.
I wipe my ass with
Oh,
$8
wait,
million.
I don't get out of bed for
Yeah.
less than 3/4
Yeah,
mil.
get the fuck out of here, dude. It's Columbus, Ohio, son. We get shit done over here. What is your answers? Who has an answer?
If we have 8 million followers, everyone gets $1.
I said number 4. I don't know why.
Joe's answer is number 4. Makes me
Number
feel a little
4.
better about trying to pronunciate all my words while reading. What's your A, B, C, or D, man? What did you say?
I said B.
No, what was Joe's?
Oh.
D?
4 is D.
Okay.
4 is D.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you were going with the
No.
Greek alphabet.
He doesn't know what the hell's happening.
All right, so Joe says D.
Yeah.
All right.
I say B, lives by the sea. Sounded like pelican to me, and they live near water, so that's why I said B.
That's wrong.
Joe, you went with higher feather density, and Kevin, what did you got?
Lives by sea.
Okay, lives by the sea.
B. Yeah, me too.
Okay, Carl too.
That's funny. I went with A because it sounded far too obvious.
You can't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl and Kevin will collect points
Nice.
on this round. Kevin now in the lead with 4. And the winner. That was our 5th question.
Yeah. All
Kevin
right.
gets an official point on the board.
Yeah.
Joe Gazzaro 3, Kevin 2. Some lad, some military serviceman from, you said Indiana? Indianapolis?
You know Tyler Grissom.
No, it's for the podcast.
Sergeant Tyler Grissom.
Some phone-in
Yeah,
some
guy.
phone-in listener.
Yeah, he's a...
We don't know him personally.
He's
He
a
didn't
young
go to
boy
our
in Indiana.
He didn't go to our high school.
Yeah.
Probably a great soldier and very wise.
But this young wise Indianian soldier has 1 point as well. So
That's right.
Wow.
I love it.
So that'll be reflected on
CIA still listening.
the weekly scoreboard that you guys can see on the website as of the time you hear this episode.
At
It
least.
should be up there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the 4-hour mark.
Nice.
Wow.
We did a
Nice.
4-hour podcast.
Maybe it's
Hold on.
time, if we're at the 4-hour mark, to do
Let's go to
another
5.
round of Guess the Bowie.
Guess the Bowie,
Yeah.
everybody.
Let's
Here
finish
we
it out.
go.
Guess the Bowie.
Don't be a bitch.
Round
Keep listening.
3 of Guess the Bowie.
Round 3 of Guess the Bowie. Don't be scared to write down a David Bowie track that you think I might have written down a couple of minutes ago and sealed away in the secret Guess the Bowie envelope.
But just make sure that you have someone around to make you feel bad if you get it wrong.
Well,
It's important to feel bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
if you get it wrong, you should feel free to discuss David Bowie filmography.
Oh, that's what you have to do?
Yes.
Oh,
You should
okay.
feel free to not be wrong, but just discuss David Bowie filmography with your fellow wrong answers. Which way did we go before? Let's start
someone
with
to do
Carl. Carl, what have you got?
Oh, I have to write it down. or
You
something?
must write it down.
Yeah,
It's
write
not
it
even
down.
enough time at this point.
You need more time.
Let's
Yeah.
all take a moment to think.
I'm going to go with...
You haven't written anything down.
You have to write it down,
You
Carl,
must
for
write
it to
it
be
down
official.
to make an official answer. Guess the Bowie.
One moment. This has got a long title.
This is a great Bowie song that I listen to every day. Sometimes.
What? I got that song you did with Queen.
I need a full title.
That's the title.
Full title.
That's the title.
That's close enough.
The song he did with Queen.
That's SNES Jeopardy. Close
Is it called Pressure or Under Pressure?
Under Pressure.
That is incorrect.
Pressure is like
Chabot,
Billy
what have you
Joel.
got?
I'm gonna let my last guess ride.
Yeah, right. That's one way to go.
I don't
Just
know what
keep
that
guessing
means.
it always.
Heroes.
You don't remember the last?
That's wrong. Incorrect. You guys are free to discuss David Bowie from London. What have you got?
Well, who are you talking to?
Well, it's on you, John Egbert.
Oh,
Yeah,
me,
there you
John.
go, for the
Yeah,
listeners.
for the
Yeah.
listeners. It's a
For
po-
listeners,
it's a
yes,
podcast.
we're going counterclockwise today.
I stuck with the same album. The album is Black Star. The
great
song,
great album.
the song that I've selected is
Great album.
the title track, Black Star.
That's a powerful track, especially considering the circumstances in which David Bowie has died. Unfortunately for you, that's very, very wrong.
So what? I talk about cinema now?
You guys can talk
wanna-
about the
I guess
movies
Hey,
that
talk
David
about
Bowie
fucking
was in.
No.
Yeah.
He was in. No, not just
So the
Labyrinth.
Man Who Fell to Earth. We should watch that sometime.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Okay.
while they're discussing filmography of David
Zoolander.
Bowie, what have you got?
Zoolander?
Yeah,
Your
that
chance to
he
win
judged
Guess
the
Bowie.
underwear
There's
pulling
one
contest where
David Bowie song.
it's like Ben
Everyone
Affleck.
shut the fuck up. Alright.
He pulls his underwear out in Zoolander, and David Bowie has. Sorry, go ahead.
Alright. So Carl, he got this question so wrong. He wasn't even trying.
No.
Chabot let his guess ride from the last round. I feel like that was a bold choice.
Yeah.
But,
Playing the odds, man.
Yeah, didn't come up his way.
That's almost what I did. I mean, I was gonna do that.
And
John
John
with the Queen thing.
felt some progression from the last round.
Yes.
You kept that on the same
John loves the Black Star album.
Black Star album.
Yes.
By the way, if you
doesn't?
didn't see any of the videos and hear the songs from that album,
Yeah.
have you?
Oh yeah.
It's good.
It's great.
Scary
It's
as
fun.
fuck.
and
Great
it's
album,
it's
yeah.
an experience.
Great album. Great. It is scary. Yeah.
It's
actually.
scary and
But,
weird.
yeah, so Carl, not even on the same planet. Chabot pretty tuned in. John pretty tuned in. But they all got it wrong.
They all got it wrong. Yes.
Joe, you're a weird guy, right?
What can you offer, Captain? What can you offer?
You're a weird guy, Joe. And my guess is the same song that you had in that envelope last time. I chose "'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore"
From the album Black
from
Star.
the album Black Star. You guys were all on the right track. Chabot, you said I'm gonna keep with the same in keeping with last time. John, you said Black Star.
Tis
Joe's
a pity
shaking his head.
Tis a pity she was a whore. Track 2, by the way,
Oh,
on Black Star. If
that-
you're
that-
curious about the song.
That was track 2. I actually chose a much bigger track from the classic Bowie filmography. I chose
You were faking me out. It's under
Life
pressure.
on Mars.
God
damn it!
That's what I said.
That's what I said last time. No, I said that last time.
Much
You
bigger
fuck!
track. Much
Wow.
bigger track.
Son of a bitch!
Wow,
Yeah.
this guy is. Wow.
One day.
All right,
somebody
we need
will
to
guess
no.
the Bowie.
We need to make a rule that he at least can't say the songs that he said before.
No.
That
Yeah, yeah.
You can go
that
on.
hasn't
Yeah,
happened yet.
You can go on forever.
Son of
Yeah.
a bitch!
That hasn't happened yet. That was a big
That's-
Bowie song.
Right,
That was a single.
That's the whole edifice
guys, like,
of this thing.
start-
Somebody could have guessed Life on Mars. That's
Yeah,
a big-
you're right. Someone could have guessed
That-
Life on Mars.
No,
You're absolutely right.
They
What the
did not. They did
Yeah.
not.
cocksucker?
That's a
Could've
big.
thought about
That's a big Bowie song.
I had I thought he's gonna go a big one.
No, well, you
That
can't
is-
claim
no.
everything.
No, the track he picked from Black Star was not a single or a video or
Yeah,
anything
was
like that.
the
He
first
just
one.
no the one. 'Tis a pity.
No,
the
I
video-
was
Oh yeah,
right.
you're right.
I
Yeah.
said this
That
time
was
he's
not
gonna
a
go
single.
with the big
It was
one.
not a
That's
single.
why I
I went with the big one. Yeah.
that song with
that's-
Queen, which is
You're right. In
you know,
retrospect,
under
Carl's
pressure.
reasoning was the closest to what Joe ended up with.
But I was
Um,
way off because we already.
Yeah.
I can't let this game get me mad,
God damn it.
because I know it's bullshit. I know.
I think the key.
Well, it's a fun game to guess the Bowie. You guys are free to discuss David Bowie's filmography.
Why don't you go eat a fucking fish sandwich at some restaurant alone in the dark, man?
We haven't gotten to that bit yet.
I know. I don't care.
yet.
I'm just saying
We're
it.
not there yet.
I just want to say for the record,
The
I
fish
think
sandwiches are coming, Sarge.
the key to this game really
coming
is
in the fish.
going to have to be it's a mental game. We have to get up in Joe's head,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, when he Ziggy Stardust, so we have to zag.
God damn it.
Jesus. You got it, man. I wish I had
And you gotta
follow-up.
know your fucking Bowie, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You just have to know as much as any.
I like that song from Labyrinth. Dance, magic,
magic.
dance. That's my shit right there, man. Yeah. And all the goblins are around. And then I like his the way his pants are in that movie, like
His magic pants.
Yeah, he's got like a
Pants, magic pants.
Let's
Pants.
big old bulge. Are we gonna wrap it up?
Yeah.
We hit 4 hours. We can shut it down, right? Or
Does
what else?
We should let.
Do you have
Joe
another
sit down?
topic?
It's supposed to
Joe,
be
do you-
the WrestleMania of podcasts.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
can
keep
I
it going, man.
Take us out with the time and date. So can I, sorry.
Well, we were talking about taking it out
Time
unless you
and
had
date?
a topic.
Well, let's take it out with the time and date. Let's leave them wanting more.
Okay, well, have you figured out yet that when we talk to each other, you have to sort of aim your face at the microphone? Nope.
I haven't
Cooking
figured that
in
out.
there.
I
Kind
smell
of
pizza or something.
Yeah.
Joe's cooking a
Yeah,
freezer pizza right now, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
You guys all know Joe and I's history with pizza on the podcast.
There was that episode 3?
Episode 1, my friend, we ate
No.
pizza.
No, it was not 1. I'm positive it wasn't 1.
This is the first
No,
episode
it
we
was
ate
2 or
pizza.
3.
Yeah, it was 3.
I don't remember. Being
I think it was
for
3.
this.
Let's close it down. It's
You
close.
guys ate a pizza?
Episode 3, you weren't here. They ate a
It's
pizza.
2.
Okay, 2.
No, it was 3.
You guys.
I don't know.
No.
Well, 3 was
2.
the last one. You
It
were
was
here.
actually-
You were here
it
for
was
the
actually
last
2.
one.
Yeah,
It was
wow.
2. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
2. There's they.
And they ate a pizza.
I forced them to do it. I was
You
like,
sick fucks.
no. I came over and I was like, let's record. I'm ready to rock. I'm fucking. It's my big dick. I'm ready to do it. You know. That's a Boogie Nights joke. You haven't seen Boogie Nights or?
No.
Damn
Of course
it!
not.
Damn it!
Have you met me?
Who? Carl, you've seen Boogie Nights?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen it with
Joe?
you.
Okay. God damn it. Anyways, yeah, they ate pizza during the recording,
You can edit all
but
that.
I pressured them to do it. You know, it
Edit
wasn't.
all,
It
all
wasn't.
this conversation out of the podcast.
Let's
No, we're trying to keep going.
yeah,
Man.
let's-
Yeah, we're doing
let's
it.
stop.
Are we really keeping going?
No,
Stop
we're gonna
the
shut it
train.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna shut it down.
How much pizza is there?
It's a very small amount. It's like a one.
Yep. It's a Joe-sized portion of pizza.
I don't know what that means.
All right, John, what
It's
do
like
you
a
got for
Kroger
us?
pizza.
That's why you want to call. Call up on the old cell phone.
Fuel nibbler.
Fuel Nibblers,
Fuel
guys.
Nibblers, folks.
Get in there. Oh, my nibbles are gone. I better call up old Fuel Nibblers.
For
Empty
just
packet.
Fuel
Don't want to leave the kids to be
Nibblers.
brutally raped. Better call Fuel Nibblers.
$44.95 a month, guys.
Nibbles.
They'll bring
Nibbles,
you
nibbles.
sunflower seeds, a Slim Jim.
No, it's random.
Similar-
If you're lucky, it's going to be one of the special edition Mountain Dews. Code
Similar-
Red, Code Black, Live Wire.
Don't-
It's a grab bag out there with FuelNibblers.com.
A soiled napkin.
It's it's similar to the box service.
It'll be kidney toxic.
Similar to the box service, lootcrate.com.
Yeah, but none of those prevent rape.
Yeah, none of those prevent rape, and you absolutely will have diarrhea. So there's that.
FuelNibblers.com. Your kids are probably fine.
FuelNibbler.com. Nature boxes for gays.
Whoa.
Whoa, did I take it too far?
New Year's 2017? Oh my god.
No one's listening to this though, and everyone knows that I have like a couple gay friends. So
And
it's
anyone that
fine.
is already, they heard all this
Just
shit
a couple.
earlier about Chappelle and, laughs are for laughs.
FuelNibblers.com. These napkins are soiled because Well, wouldn't you like to know?
FuelNibblers.com, where your children come first. That's all. Just a normal one. I wasn't going to try to go further with it or make it
we
weird.
say come first.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's horrible.
FuelNibblers.com. Hey, I got kids in the car.
FuelNibblers.com. Your children reach puberty very quickly.
That's the guy that we're trying to protect against, right? Right?
That's FuelNibblers.com. Hey, I'm sick of hiking to the cashier.
FuelNibblers.com. If you don't get them, I'm gonna suck their clits.
And then Joe made it weird. So we'll just end right there. Is it podcast right now or podcast peace out or what do we do at the end?
That's a good one. Both are good.
Yeah.
FuelNibblers.com, where you get 3 cents off per gallon every fill up.
Price and participation may vary.
FuelNibblers.com. Don't trust the locks that were engineered by car manufacturers.
Especially if he's got a very flicky tongue.
FuelNibblers.com. Thanks, Obama.
FuelNibblers.com. I bet I could get to him.
FuelNibblers.com. Adult sex is... I didn't think of one. I just started going into it. Yeah. Never mind. Backing out of that one. Backing out.
FuelNibblers.com. I like Slim Jims.
FuelNibblers.com. Relax and wash up later.
FuelNibblers.com. Ever wish you were Satan?
FuelNibblers.com. No one can hear you cream.
Oh, nailed it. She nailed it. Wow.
Wait, we got a plug.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
All right, so I'm... Yes.
We've been
Sorry.
plugging
Got weird at the end. We did fuel. You know our sponsor now. My name's John Egbert. You can find me on the Instagram. It's Egbert Cream, EGBERT Cream, no spaces. What else? I'm on Xbox Live. That's Cream of Egbert with spaces, spelled naturally, EGBERT. You can find me all over Columbus, Ohio, with my late night trivia shows. That's Monday night at 4th Street Bar and Grill. Tuesday night at Ethel and Tank near OSU campus. Wednesday night, Ethel and Tank. I fucked it up.
Wednesday night is
Time and Change.
Time and Change.
Westerville, County Line Road. Carl will edit that. Did I say the right night for Tuesday night?
Yeah, Ethel and Tank.
Okay.
Yeah, Ethel and Tank.
Now,
And then Thursday I do
75 days without a terrorist attack.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been clocking it. No one's been stabbed or sliced in a while. And then, Thursday I do karaoke at Lewis Center, Ohio. Joe,
they have a bar there in Lewis Center with a name?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right.
Somewhere there.
I'm just in the area. Just
it's the only place you can drink in Lewis Center.
Just Yelp it. It's the Bruza. Lewis Center. Yeah, karaoke night. We have a good time. Me and Cody really rage out. We have a good time. Joe, where can... Yeah, he's another guy. I know.
Who's Cody?
He's just a affiliate that I know that he's there. He's there every week. He's probably already a regular for the bar, but then comes in for karaoke night.
Sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a good guy. I think he works for Midas.
Midas Outer Parts?
So did Dice McCord.
Oh, really?
No, he worked for a Safe Light, but there were car stuff too.
All right, Joe, where can the folks at home find you online?
Well, I had a great time meeting all of you when I went to Chipotle Burrito Center.
You didn't meet anyone there. No one was there. No one was there.
I had a lot of people come over and shake my hand.
God.
I'm just trying to imagine it if there was, like, what it would look like. Oh, hello, and you're signing tits and stuff. Holy.
It was great. It was great at Chipotle Burrito Center. But
this podcast is going to be a big deal, guys.
I'm gonna say
We're all getting sued.
this week I'm gonna go to the mall.
Can you elaborate? Like,
Nope.
there's like Tuttle or Easton or Polaris Mall in Columbus,
So
Ohio.
why you're gonna go to the mall?
No, I had too much fan interaction when I went to.
Moms, watch your daughter.
No, I can't do it.
All right.
I can't.
Daughters, watch your moms.
No.
Kevin, tell the family where you can.
Yeah, guys, follow me on Twitter at RealChurpDaily. That's Churp with a U, CHURP, Daily as in Carson, DALY. You can also sign up for DraftKings through my referral link. That's DraftKings.com/r/ChurpDaily, same spelling.
How do you spell real?
Real?
Is it
Like
T-E?
Real,
Okay.
you know, like the soccer team.
Making sure.
Real Chirp Daily.
Yeah, catch up with us on Twitter. And I don't know, that's all I got, Carl.
Yeah, I'm Carl Charlesbury on Twitter. You can also find us on PodcastRightNow on Twitter, all one word. You can also find me Monday nights, host a little multiple choice meltdown, Indianola and Oakland Park.
I subbed in for Carl.
Clintonville.
No, I subbed in.
Clintonville.
Yeah, Clintonville, Columbus.
Shout out to the villains.
Clintonville!
David Chavelle, where can we find you online, bud?
Sounds like a Skull Island over there.
What do you got?
I'm at upyours.blowhole.com.
Oh.
All right. All right. This is the only time we'll ever do this. Next week we'll keep it to an hour and a half or something.
Or 3 hours.
Maybe every now and then we'll do this, but
Yeah.
not often.
Is everybody good?
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody's listening.
Podcast right now.
Oh,
Or it's over? Or what do we say?
I said it was over. Right? Maybe we should say it's over.
Right
The
on.
masses ended, go in peace.
All
podcasts
glory and
right now,
honor.
listeners are good for now and forever, and glory unto the Almighty Father forever and ever.